A devotee is checking in. To ensure check-in is complete, please give me your credit card. Mota, I do believe Miss Opie is the first to enter the chat. She told me I could open 10 more credit cards under your name.
Hi. Hello, Miss Sophie. Oh my goodness, it's so nice to see you. I don't know why I had to sing that. But hello, everyone. Oh wait, hold on. Today is
A devotee is checking in. To ensure check-in is complete, please give me your credit card.
Oh, George. Ah, the beauty of being a subscriber. No ads. So peaceful. It is. We're still technically doing the subathon, but honestly, I don't care anymore. I've gotten to the point where I don't care. Oh my gosh. Whenever I laugh, I throw my head back and it breaks the tracking. So you just see my model go limp sometimes. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna try and be more vibey today, so let me get my drink. Remember kids, get your Diet Dr. Pepper. Or not Diet Dr. Pepper. Ew, disgusting. Who drinks Diet Dr. Pepper? Who drinks Diet anything?
I salute my Lovecraftian small madam goddess of bottoms and primordial rear hunter. I bring to you a Pepsodent made of the pearls of the heart of king of all oysters.
Oh my goodness. That's how we're starting today, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I do want to thank you all again for the so beautiful reception of the 2.0. I have been slowly working on editing clips from that, and I'm eventually going to make it into a shorter video. I'm trying to get back into editing. I started getting back into it and I was like, I wish I had somebody else.
All Tito race can only drinks two things, mango juice and soda of grapefruit, and is not grape is another fruit.
Grape is another fruit. Well, technically aren't grapes berries technically? Because they grow on a vine, right? Okay. So apparently if tomatoes grow on a vine and they are called berries, like they're in the berry family, then henceforth grapes are also berries. Technically, wine is good for you. Wine is good for you, okay? I will tell you that much. Put it through translator and becomes grapefruit. Yeah, if it's like a regional like thing, I think that doesn't I think if it's a regional thing, Tito, it doesn't like pop up right with translations. But is it like a grapefruit? Honestly, I hate grapefruits. I don't like grapefruits. I do like grapes though. I don't like wine. I am more healthy. I drink a whiskey of the South. Oh my gosh. I mean, it is after 12 here, so I don't drink. I don't drink. I actually am very good. I only like wine, and that's the only thing. But I normally don't drink. I'm not a drinker. Actually, it kind of reminds me. I do have a list of things that we can talk about today. I'm going to try and pace myself with talking because I just I think like sometimes I talk really fast and I get like
Obviously you like grapes. Your wig is made of primordial grape, to seal your capillary power.
what? I have no idea what that means, but that totally went over my head. But I can sort of understand it, but also not understand it at the same time. Okay, so I literally have a list on my phone. Art is now Grape Queen. I am the Grape Queen. I am all purple, okay? You know what's so funny? And I posted this out. I might be purple, but do you want to know what my favorite color is? It's blue. I love blue. I love the color blue. I know, I know, I know. A lot of people might be like, then why didn't you make yourself blue? Well, I also love purple. So I wanted.
Basically you are Krillin bald but very powerful, and you slay the waifus and husbandos only looking at them.
I do that, don't I? But yeah, I purple VTuber gang. I guess yeah, I am part of the purple VTuber gang. Yeah. Oh, do you want to know one thing though? So the thing is, my model has blue, purple or magenta, and green.
Yay, but you slay with any skin and model, you my grape queen.
My grape queen. Now I'm the grape queen. I am the grape queen, the almighty queen of grapes. All shall perish before me. But as I was trying to say, so my model basically has every color, so I can't green screen. I did not think about this. If you're thinking about making a model, have like one color so you can be able to green screen yourself for stuff, cause ooh doggy. But you know what? I'm gonna flow with it. We're gonna work with it. We're gonna do what I can. Cause I was like thinking of like making videos and stuff like that and doing other things, and then I realized I can't green screen myself, and I was like, great. Next 3.0, no green. Because my 1.0 has no green, and I was able to green screen it easily. I think you made the great choice of changing the shoulder decoration to be solid instead of see-through. They're so pretty. I love the pop of blue. Yeah, that's what I did it. That's why I did it. Because I I looked at it like next to each other, and I was like, yeah.
Yay, almighty queen of grapes, in your honor I shall start my crusade to erase France, for they proclaim that they created wine, but wine was made of the essences of the husbando and waifus that you have hunted.
Yes, we shall slay France. We shall now go and conquer France, we. Honestly, that Eiffel Tower do be looking like a nice snack, so yeah, we'll go and we'll go get France. We'll go get France. Oh my goodness. I seriously can't get over the smell. It's so pretty. I can't wait to finish my fan art. I can't wait to see the fan art. Oh my gosh. Another my mod Sleepy. She sent me a picture. She already started making fan art of of chat with Pom Pom Purin. It was so cute. I like that, you know? It's so good. The background is taking time though. Hey, you know what? As a person that loves doing backgrounds, yeah, backgrounds do take a lot of time. That's such a cute idea. I know. You can always draw me with Pom Pom Purin, by the way. I love Pom Pom Purin, okay? You can always draw me with Pom Pom Purin. Basically, you know how Iron Mouse is? You know how Iron Mouse is with
You say that one of my comrade one time traveled to France, and because he is like me, very simple farm person, when he see the chain of the Eiffel Tower elevator, he told the manager in Spanish that he should put oil in it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I never went to the top of the Eiffel Tower then. Oh my goodness. I'll tell you guys a story about that. um when I was a wee little godling, I used to travel the world a lot. Well, I did travel the cosmos, so of course maybe I traveled the world a little bit more than previously thought, you know. Um but yeah, what was I talking about? I completely forgot what my train of thought. My train of thought is gone. We were talking about France, and then my train of thought, it no longer exists anymore. Oh yeah, pom pom here. Okay, you know how Iron Mouse is with cinnamon roll? That's me with pom pom purin. Whenever I see pom pom purin stuff, I always just go, Jose, my partner, can we get this? Do you want to know how many pom pom purin things I have though? Because you're gonna cry. You're gonna cry when you hear this. I only have three. I only have three pom pom purin things. And you might be like, what? You love pom pom purin so much. Why do you not have more? Let me explain. I don't have money.
Nope, but the fun part, the manager speaking in French to my comrade, and he say to me, the guy speaks very weird, I didn't understand, because my friend is very innocent, speaks Spanish in France, so imagine the manager saying, what the fuck is this person saying?
Oh my gosh, French people hate when you speak in any other language except French. Oh my gosh, they're so mean. Apparently, someone said French is a very confrontational language. Like, you have to be confrontational. And I'm like, I'm a person that doesn't like confrontation. What are you saying? What do you mean I have to be confrontational in order to speak your language? Yeah, no, I'm getting I'm getting out of here. No, I need more. I do need more pom pom purin. I have a little pom pom purin blind box figurine. I have pom pom purin slippers that I used to wear a lot when it was cold, but now it's not cold anymore, so I'm not wearing them anymore. But in the morning, religiously, I wear my pom pom purin headband. You know those like headbands that you see a lot in animes when they're going to the onsen, and they kind of wear like this like headband that's like a towel kind of. Yeah, I have that, but it has like a little pom pom purin on it. Jose got me that because I wanted something to hold my hair back. I don't have a lot of hair. Actually, my hairstyle is exactly the same as the hairstyle on my model. Minus the braids. I don't braid it all the time. Uh, And I will say, no joke. It literally is. It's
The
literally the
best
exact
part,
same.
this comrade also traveled to Ireland in the middle of a bus travel. I jumps put of the bus running, and his son say to him, hey, what happened? And my comrade say, hey son, look here, they also have potatoes. Like I say, we are simple-minded farm style people, lol.
Bro, I'm simple-minded. Potatoes. I'm gonna look at potatoes and go, wow, potatoes. I love potatoes. I love me some potatoes. Actually, yesterday I made a quiche. I've never made a quiche before. Yes, I'm a little cook. I'm a little cook in the kitchen. I love to cook. Maybe one day in the future we can do cooking streams. I just need to figure out how they set it up. I need to figure out how they set it up because I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to do it in this room. I don't want to do it in here. I want to do it in my actual kitchen because I feel like one, that's safer. Because we do have a fire extinguisher in there. Uh so it might be safer to do it there. The one thing is that I'm gonna have to try and figure out um how to angle the camera because where my kitchen is, you can see the backyard and people can figure out where you are based on like your backyard and stuff. So there's like a lot of windows So I have to be really, really careful. That's like one thing that I'm gonna try and do my utmost best with. Hmm, that's weird. Um, but yeah. So that's but yeah, I was wondering. I'm like, wait a minute. It says George text to speech, but then nothing played. There's no you didn't type anything. Nothing got typed. There's nothing there. It's empty. I can see it in the activity feed. I did type. Well, apparently, maybe you typed too much. Maybe you typed too much and refused. George refuses to speak for you, Tito. Anyways, back to the cooking. So I made a quiche. And instead of using let me type more. Oh, okay. Um, so I made a quiche and I made it instead of with crust. I made it with potatoes. George is busy buying your pom pom purin merch. Oh my gosh. Uh, I will say this much. So I do have Throne, and if you guys want to, I do think I have surprised gifting. So if all of a sudden you guys just send me a bunch of pom pom purin shit, I will not decline. I will not decline it. The one thing though is that I think I do have like merch and apparel kind of turned off. Don't send me merch or like, t-shirts and stuff cuz I'm going to be honest. There's sometimes where some things will say that it's like large or extra large and then it ends up being like more of a medium cuz I'm a big girl. I'm definitely built different, okay? Even I will say I am actually pudgy, but the thing is that I'm just very wide
The
and
thing that
broad.
this comrade tell me that make me hold my log. He look at the food of France and Ireland etc. He goes out and find a guy of our country and he somehow in all countries he find people of our country and eat the same that he eats here.
Oh my gosh. You know what? That sounds like my mother. That sounds like my mom. My mom would just find, well, she wouldn't find people, but she would only like eat things like from here. Sometimes she's like okay and up for more experimentation, but sometimes when she's away, she just kind of wants home cooking, you know? And I think that's fine. Like as a person that's gone on vacations a lot, sometimes you just want good old fashioned home cooking, you know? Like things that you're used to. But it's also nice to experiment a bit. Um but yeah, no, I the one thing is the only country that I wouldn't trust food in, Britain. I'm sorry. That's the only country I cannot trust your food. Cause you guys cause they say, British people say like, oh, try this food, try this food. But have you ever noticed that it's not the food of their country? It's always of a different countries. Like they say, oh, well, we have pretty good Indian food, or like go to this Chinese restaurant, or go to this Haitian restaurant. And I'm like, you know what the funny thing is? Why are you guys recommending every single other country's food except your own? Like, you guys have to acknowledge that your food is bad.
My grape queen, you only have to say they conquer almost all in the 1800s. They have spices but they don't use it word face.
Oh my gosh, yes. They conquered the entire world. Okay, do you want to know why? History lesson here. Okay, so the reason that even though that Britain conquered most of the world and was able to collect as much spices as possible, it was only for the very wealthy to have the spices, right? None of the poor people could get their hands on it. None of these peasants could get their hands on it. But immediately, once stuff started opening up for, the lower class peasants and working class people to be able to have access to spices and were spicing their food the exact same way, that lords and ladies and royalty was. They the high the higher class was like,
You say that cinnamon that shite was really things that us soldiers could kill for Kate thinking.
no, the but the nobility was like, we can't be eating the same way that poor people eat. So they did away with spice altogether. But then of course, the common people followed the nobility and also started doing it. And started not putting any spices in. Now, of course, right around that time ended up becoming like a lot of wars, especially like World War One and all of that. So there ended up being rationing. And again, like when World War Two came around, there was more rationing, so that makes sense. Fun fact: the King of England, Lionheart, don't speak English. Huh? Wait, what do you mean? The current King of England does not speak English? Well, to be fair, they like to say, oh, no, we speak British. We are British. We speak with all accents. My keyboard fail. Oh. Because I was like, wait, King of England. And I'm like, King of England? What do you mean the King of England? The current King of England doesn't speak English. I know he does. I know for a fact he does. King of England in medieval time, the Lionheart didn't speak English. He speak French. Yes, true. Most of them did speak French because at the time, France was like it was the that was the place that you looked to. Like French things and France was what you looked to when you wanted like fashion and things. So, yes. They did speak a lot of French. You say that I want a series based in the War of Roses. Pure drama. Oh my gosh. Don't we have like an anime called The Rose of Versailles that's now out like on Netflix? That's about Queen Antoinette. I haven't watched it, but you know, some people that have liked the manga and anime and stuff, like, yeah. That is a remake. I see the original. Well, apparently I heard that the remake is pretty good. So, you know, if you have a weekend or a time, maybe go and watch it. A real main say Heidi and Bart. Oh my gosh. Why threatening me with a knife? Why threatening me with George with a knife? You know, funny enough, those emotes were supposed to have a little hat on them and I never updated them and I'm like, you know what? They're not getting updated. They will just be as they are because I feel like they're too perfect as they are, you know? I also like Max Steel, the original with PS2 graphics. My favorite villain was Dexter. Ah. I have heard of Max Steel, but I there's some like shows and stuff that I do remember as a child, but there's some shows I just like never watched. I think it's just like more of a lot of things like happened in my childhood that I will say this much. I ended up going onto YouTube a lot more because it was easier to kind of just like go into a different room and just watch YouTube videos. I just mainly watched like I did watch a lot of Minecraft videos back in the day. I remember all the things I have seen. Yeah. I wish I could. I have what's called repressed memories. My first anime movie I seen was Ghost in the Shell. Ah, very good. That's a very that you know what? Ghost in the Shell is really good. A sequel? Wait, Ghost in the Shell had a sequel? I thought there was only one. I thought there was only one old-fashioned movie of it. I have imperfect memory. If I see a thing I can remember. Yeah, that's why I literally have to for like chatting stuff, I literally have to write down like a list of things to talk about because I don't remember. I literally don't remember like most of the things in my life. That's a I don't really like to talk much about like my past and stuff like that, but um there's a lot of things when I was like really young and a lot of things that happened to me when I was really young. Nothing like abuse or things like that. There wasn't like that kind of stuff. It's more of there were other things going on that like a child shouldn't really have to deal with and I had to deal with very young and I had to grow up really fast. Um so yeah, I grew up way too fast for my age and it has had a lot of impact on me as an adult and I can accept that. And there's still a lot of healing to go through. So, and I'm healing on my own journey. How old things do you see? I see I see the original. Yeah, yeah. My family my parents were really into like old movies. So I do recall some old movies. Actually, my mom and I, well no, my mom the other day because we have Tubi. We have Tubi. We find oh but we finally signed up for Tubi. I love it. We still get ads, but I mean like we get all the cool stuff, you know?
Is like my journey how I defeated my deer to the sea. One time I go to beach and start to pinch sea, and that's how the Dead Sea was created. Is in the lore of Tito.
Tubi so fun. Yeah, yeah. Tubi is really fun. But my mom was watching a really old movie. Um I forget what it's called. You hear the ads on TV aren't all that bad. Yeah, I mean, it does warn you when ads are coming up, and then it tells you how many ads there are playing, and the ads aren't really that loud, you know? Which I think is nice. And Tubi ads do not play in the middle of the freaking action. They always play more of like during like quieter downtime moments where really nothing is happening. I love that. I love it so much. My favorite comic in Spanish is Eterent. Hmm, nice. I actually haven't gotten into much comics. I've wanted to, but then I look at the prices for comics. I'm like, damn, manga's cheaper. 9 years older than Dune. My goodness. Actually, I have wanted to read Dune and The Witcher. I also have wanted to read Lord of the Rings, but I've never had like maybe sometime in the future when I have nothing else to do, then I can sit down and read it. Right now I'm more invested in trying to get the rest of the volumes for a guy that literally is a fish that gets pregnant. I'm not joking. That is literally the premise of it. Nope, Manhwa is cheaper. Tito lives in South America and in One Piece in the One Piece of the world where the pirate. Yeah. I mean, like, yeah. Honestly, like, I'm trying to like think. Cause actually, let me like grab something really quickly. Cause I can literally tell you how much everything is. Oh my gosh, I gotta turn that off. It should. Okay, so I might have to fix my my breaking tracking. That's what happens when I break tracking. By the way. Oh wait, I don't think this is the right ear. There we go. Okay, so I have 3 different things here. Oh yeah, I should get a book too, like an actual book. Oh wait, I have a few things. Hold on. Leia, no, I'm not taking you out yet. I'll take you out after I'm done. Okay. So I have some books here to talk about book prices. And these are all things I have read.
I'm sure it's not that noticeable.
All right.
I figured out why I was bald the rest of stream yesterday. It's because I forgot to put like a thing because I usually have a delay, so like returns after a certain time. I forgot to turn the delay on. Ow! Oh my gosh! Ow! So many items. Don't. Ow! Why? Why? Why bully me? Why bully me so much? Ouch! Ah! Ow! Throwing it at my shiny cranium. Damn. Anyways, so I have a few things here. That I will tell you how much all this cost. I will tell you also when I bought these so you can kind of, you know.
Oh, yes, Daddy.
Do not oh yes, daddy me. Oh, I will say one thing that I'm gonna put out here. Please no one call me mommy. I don't like it. Daddy's fine. I think it's because I have a disconnect to it. But mommy to me, it's like, you know, George calls me mother, so it's like weird. It's like I'm not your I'm not your mommy. Anyways, so I have like a bunch of different things here. So I will tell you, I will read you all, but you are my madam. I don't mind madam. Actually, funny enough, I don't mind madam, lady, goddess or ma'am. I'm in between on ma'am. I'm really in between on ma'am most of the time. But anyways, let me show you guys all the books and like how much it costs to kind of purchase all of these. Oh, this one is upside down. Okay. So, for a regular schmegular book, this book is The Iron Widow. Actually, I will say I will talk about like each of these books in like a second and why I would recommend them and why I would not recommend them. But this I bought, I believe, in 2023. I think I think I bought it in 2024. I bought it like early 2024.
Yea, my grape queen Lovecraftian being of bottoms, gods of rears, hunter of harems, Lovecraftian Buddha.
Lovecraftian Buddha? Okay, well, I've never gotten Buddha before, but I guess I mean, with my baldness, the ear, okay. But I'm not gonna ever say that I am Buddha. Oh my gosh. Buddha's better than me. I've actually done some research on, I actually have done research on like Buddhism, actually. Very interesting. Highly recommend looking into it. I'm just like interested in a lot of different religions and stuff like that. So I kind of like doing research into different religions and kind of like what they practice. I'm not like too invested in it, but it's kind of like a side thing that I like to do here and there. But never got Buddha before.
I am George Dimmadome, owner of the Chaos Tale Dimmadome.
Oh no. Oh no. Well, now George got his big hat. George gets big hat before I have to go to work. Aw, Obi.
You are the reverse Buddha. You are the Dabu, but is acronyms for the Dabat.
Oh my gosh, that's perfect. Good luck at work, Opie. I hope that you do well. You're gonna do amazing. I will be here. I don't know how long I'll be here, but Mostly for like these kind of yapping streams, I think like I can only do like maybe about an hour or two before like my throat starts to go. It's quiet enough. I'll slip my earbuds. Yeah, we're not being like too chaotic today. This is one that you can bring me to work. I'll be your work wife. But anyways, so I bought the Iron Widow last year, and this cost me $12. Safe for work art. I mean, I'm trying to be more safe for work, I think. I think like we still have like an 18 plus community, but I'm trying to actually not curse too much. One, just because I don't really feel like it fits me very much. Now, I will say outside of oh, yay, my hair is back. Outside of stream, I do sometimes curse like a sailor, but only when I'm like really, really frustrated and stuff. But I'm trying to be like better. I just don't want to. Hair back, yay! Finally it worked where I can get my hair back. But anyways, my favorite traditional monster. Hi, Lore. Welcome in. But yeah, so Iron Widow, $12. That's how much it cost me in 2024 to buy a full book. That is, I don't know how many pages this is. It's almost 400 pages, $12. Also, really good. If you like anime mechas, it's kind of that. But based off of like Chinese historical kind of like a little bit based off of the history of China. I will say this much: if you do not understand who these characters are and who these like Chinese like significant figures are in like Chinese history, you're not really going to understand it. And personally, as a writer, this is like one thing that I will agree with on some of my writing teachers. A lot of them really hate when people do this, where they use historical characters or even like Greek gods or other mythos and make them into characters, but then you're just like not really making that character be that character. You're like just using that name to make your own character. And to me, I feel like that is happening with this book. It's a good book. It's still good. It was very page turny. My favorite traditional monster is probably the Minotaur. Oh yeah, I asked a question. My stream is a question. My favorite traditional monster is probably the Minotaur. It gets a bad rap because later sources kind of turn it into a generic adventure fodder type of enemy, but the actual original myth is really interesting. It has some fascinating depth and symbolism to it. Yes, agreed. I would smash the Minotaur still, but yeah. I think Hades did the Minotaur.
battalion starts to dance their Chi dance and sacrificing attractive defeated enemies to her glory. Convershantic, Grape Queen rise, from Star Obscene, Button God, our Shadow Queen. Harem Hunter, Rear Divine, Lovecraft Buddha, cross the line. Moons bend low to hear her name, in cosmic dance, we stoke your flame.
Aw, that was beautiful. Thank you, George. And thank you, Tito. Yeah, I think Hades did it very well. I think Hades, the game Hades, I think approached what the Minotaur was like pretty nicely. And Time of Writer forgets that there is one and only the Minotaur and tries to make it into like a species, a type of monster. They miss the point. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's true too. My favorite folklore is the Domovi. What's the Domovi? I've never heard of that. Hold on, let me look it up. I need to look it up. No, Leia. My dog thinks I'm taking her out. Let me look it up. I'm sorry. I'm bad at domo domovoy. Aww, it's such a sad looking. I don't know why I said it's like a sad looking creature. It kind of looks like a sad looking creature. Oh, it's a Slavic creature. Interesting. Also known. The way that you spell it is apparently the Polish way of spelling it. It's an Indo-European root. Okay, well, I'm trying to figure out what its thing is. What? Oh, yeah, but what is it? According to Russian folklore, personification of the supreme rod, the misconception of kinship. Wait, what does that mean? I don't understand what that means. I can tell you I know folklore. Yeah, please, because apparently Wikipedia is not really telling me much. Or I have to read the entire Wikipedia page. Wait, Wikipedia now has a dark mode? Oh my gosh, it saved my eyes. Oh my goodness, my eyes were hurting from looking at the Wikipedia. Please tell me. I actually love learning about like different folklore and stuff. I literally have a book of Irish folklores and also a book of like world folklore. Don't trust them. I read it from a few books. Okay, yeah. I mean, I never trust Wikipedia. I was just like more of trying to see what it looked like, because I don't know what it like, you know, what I could imagine it looking like, because like I don't have a picture in my head about it. But yeah, very, very interesting. You don't get very many like things of like, I would say, European folklore. I think something of a household protector spirit, like the Roman mains. Huh. Interesting. Well, I don't know, because Tito will probably tell us a lot more, because it seems like if it's your favorite, I think Tito might know more. But if it is like a spirit to protect a protection spirit, I can understand like why some people might like it.
According to many, the domovoi can be a fallen god or a spirit that go in house and help and protect people there, and they repair stuff. For that he want only crumbs. End part 1.
Ah, that's very cute. Actually, I kind of like that. If you don't know what it is, I highly recommend you go and look it up. It looks like a little, just like, it's just a little old man. It's just a little old man. He's so cute. No, I actually really like this. I think that's so cute. I love like learning more about like different like monsters and stuff. Well, I would say monsters, but like also just like folklore stuff. I always love like folklore and things like that, because like I think like I didn't grow up around people saying a lot of like folklore stuff, so I'm always like kind of like wanting to learn a little bit more. I feel like North European folklore has a lot more of these spirits be an independent entity. Relation or family, a familial spirit. Yeah. I think you're kind of right. Like Northern is more like independent, and then Southern is more like attached.
But to pay respect to him, they to put a plate in the table doesn't have to be food in it, because he like the gesture. But if you are disrespectful, they can do mischief and jokes that even can kill someone. Oh. To appease them, you have to ask for forgive and give them good food.
Ah, I see. Oh wait, I feel like I have heard of this thing before. Or like kind of have heard about it in an interesting way. I think one of my friends, okay, so I knew somebody when I was a little godling that was from Russia. And I think either I heard it from them or heard it from somebody else.
But my favorite evil folklore being is one of my country called Trauco.
Trauco? What is a Trauco? I'm now invested. I like that we're learning stuff today. You know, with my chatting, I hope that like we can learn some stuff here and there. I like how I was talking about like book prices and how much it costs to actually buy books here. I will say this much, it's probably costs a lot more now to be able to get books, honestly. I won't go into like politic things, but I hate it. I just want to read. I just want to sit and read. I want to see what this looks like, by the way. Trauco. Oh, I misspelled that. Oh. Oh, that looks, okay, I'd be a little terrified of that thing. What is this? A mythical entity inhabits the woods of Chile. Oh, no, sorry, not Chile. Sorry, wrong place. Chileo? Chile. I'm sorry, Tito. If you want to correct me on pronunciation, sometimes I cannot pronounce some things.
Look in Google Trauco for a image and I tell you abilities and resume of his origin history, and this creature's is officially the only recognized creature, because there is a police report and people of the island secure that they kill him, burning him because he killed a guy.
He what? Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so okay, I was right. It is in the country of Chile. It's probably on one of the islands. Details. Oh. I don't know if it's TOS safe to talk about it.
Yay, 5 police officers have secured in a Reaper that they shot a Trauco and that's why is recognized as real.
The world is full of mysteries. You know what? On that note, yeah, I'm reading a little bit. I don't think it's TOS safe to talk about him. I will just say, he loves to have relations with women, apparently. And
don't worry, I can tell you the safe version of the history. I know how is to which.
Yeah, please. Yeah, especially with YouTube too, because this is probably going to go up on YouTube. So it's like, you know, we need to keep it a little bit safe, unfortunately. If you want to read about it yourself, please read at viewer discretion. Please. Wow. You know what I just read? Apparently, the Trauco gets women. He's not maidenless. I don't like that it says here on the Wikipedia, even if she's asleep. I don't like that. But apparently, getting the guy, oh my gosh. That's a little much. Oh my goodness. But you know what the funny thing is? So apparently I heard this. I don't know if it's true, but apparently they're gonna start doing they might start doing logging in Appalachia. If you don't know what Appalachia is the main place where you're gonna find, you know, your local Mothman, Jersey Devil, and a lot of people go missing in Appalachia. So you better be careful out there. I don't know why I say Appalachia how it's supposed to be sound, not Appalachia.
The Trauco was an angel that fell in love with a human and he tempted one, and because God see that, cursed to become a creature, no legs, just 2 stumps, with a magic stone axe, His breath is poisonous, and if a man disrupt his act, wink wink, and make Jim angry with only one look, he can break all bones of the victim.
Okay, when I go to Chile, I will know to be careful if I ever go. How do you protect yourself from something like that? I guess women just have to be careful. Damn. I mean, it would just be trading for when I go to Japan, so. That sounds so bad. It sounds really bad, but. You should actually watch. I have like been watching like some people that are women that are foreigners in Japan, that, you know, foreign women that are living in Japan, and they talk like a lot about like how sometimes men are creeps no matter where they are. Men are creepy. Not all men, but unfortunately, it's sad, you know, that a lot of people just aren't taught to respect people. I think that's mainly it. Respect people. But yeah. So I was gonna talk more about like books and stuff like that, but oh my goodness, Tito coming out like out of the tracks with all that. I'm trying to like
The
think.
Traugo is incubus. He can use illusions. He like them young. The way you can know he is interested, he make a yellow poop in the door of the house. A way to protect you is putting 2 knives with the form of the cross under your pillow. If he manage to get the women, the result of the act is another folklore creature, his daughter, and at the same time his wife.
What? Hold on, I need to reread that. Hold on a minute. If he and Well, good thing I'm gonna be turning 30 soon. So you know what? I'm a hag. I'm too old for him. I'll be an old hag. I'll be safe. That's if I ever go there though. I will say, like, out here, we do not have, I think, like, we have, like, a few myths and legends out here, but all of them are, like, I like to call it out in the boonies, because, like, it's very, very far away from people. Like, you know, there's nothing in cities. It's always outside. Actually, I think my favorite, like, monster or, like, creature movie is, there's 2 technically. Creature from the Black Lagoon is one, and I'm trying to remember the other one. Them. Both are black and white movies. I'm still trying to look for being able to. I'm so sad. Tubi does not have Creature from the Black Lagoon on there. I was like, I want Creature from the Black Lagoon. I want to see it. And they didn't have it. I was then cried.
Yeah, the result of the act is another creature that is his daughter and wife, that he have to mail more trocos, but there is a history where one of this daughters find a blind baby and she take care of him and love him like a mother, and she get hurted because he is too pure, and for this act she was forgiven and admitted into heaven.
Oh, that's so cute. Actually, that's kind of cute. That's a cute story. That's actually really cute. I like when like folklores kind of like have like so much more story to them. I think like, you know why I think I like folklores most of the time? I think it's just because most people, when they're making stories or writing stories, they're always basing it off of other like stories that they read every day, which most stories are based like mostly off of like Greek and Roman kind of tragedies and all that sort of stuff. I'm like, look at folklore. Folklore is where it's at. Because you can get really interesting, creative things with kind of how stories are said and spoken, because a lot of them are oral, right? And a lot of them are passed down through oral tradition. So the story changes over time. So yeah. And I think it's just fun. It's just fun to learn and read about like folklore over that of like, you know, the things that we already know. Or even come up with your own. Like, you know, actually I don't have it with me. I started like drawing some stuff, but um technically like within my own like VTuber like lore and like what I'm building for the comic and stuff, I wanted to think of also those folklore tales, like, because I feel like it just makes a place feel so much more alive when they have like tales and like folklore uh to to really just round out a culture, because it's like, you know, different cultures have different things about talking about lore, like folklore
You
and
want a
stuff.
good fun creature is the tutu. This creature is when a witch or witcher becomes a bird, and is a person screams tutu come tomorrow and I gonna give you food. The next day a person gonna appear saying, hey I have come for the offering, and if you don't give what you promise you gonna pay because you make them angry.
Wait, so they become a bird and go, hey, give me food. And so you have to give them food, or else they'll come, or else they'll get you. Oh my gosh. That actually reminds me of funny enough, there's a lot of folklore that has very similar creatures like that, where they go, hey, give me like some food or something. I think in a way it's to kind of like teach people to be nice and kind to others, because you never know who could be there, or be under the thing, under the under the facade, you know. So you gotta be careful. So yeah, because there's like, again, there's like so many that have that. Another thing that apparently is also very universal that I've noticed.
Nope. When a brave person screams their name even if it's a joke and you, for example, you promise them a piece of bread, they gonna appear. The problem with this, they are recorded cases of these people showing up for food.
Oh, so they like keep coming back, right? They keep coming back for food. Yeah, that sounds like a bird to me. I mean, it sounds like squirrels too. Squirrels do the exact same thing. You give a squirrel a bit and oh my gosh, it's gonna keep coming back no matter what you do. That's why we say like, hey guys, don't have bird feeders and stuff like that, because the squirrels will break into them. The squirrels
Yet
stay
they
around.
gonna come back until you give them exactly, you give them what you promise.
Well, yeah, if you tell them like, hey, I'll give you bread, and then you give them bread, won't they just leave you alone? Or are they gonna be like, no, I wanted this specific bread. Like, I want bougie like Japan milk bread or whatever. And it's like, well, I promised you bread. Here's bread. I never specified which bread.
If you are specific, they gonna be specific.
Well, no, that's why I'm like, you know, then just don't be specific. Just say bread. Then you can get them anything. You could get them a bread roll and it would still be technically right. Training my household spirits to explode the local squirrel population with their spiritual energies. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. I guess that's what you have to do sometimes, huh? Gotta charge it up. Gotta charge it up and spit out. But yeah, no, like the squirrels around here are But I guess I don't have to worry about them too much. We now have falcons and hawks. Yeah. How do I know that we have falcons and hawks? Dead cat. So there I was walking. There was one day where I was walking my dog. It was like in the morning. It was like pretty. It was early. It was cold. Nice cold morning. Love cold mornings. Okay. And I was walking her, and one of our neighbors started walking towards me, and I was like, oh, I guess she's like out for a walk or whatever. And then she she tells me, don't let your dog eat it. And I was like, eat what? Eat what? What are we going to be eating? And then I finally looked down at the ground, and there was, there was, parts of a cat. And my dog almost ate, one of the intestines that was lying there. I'm glad I pulled her away really quickly. So she did not eat it. But it was kind of sad.
The two most powerful beings of the folklore of my country is the Trauco, a fallen angel incubus, and the other one is the Invancha, creature created by a coven of witches or witches. They take a kid and they make a ritual to become an Invancha creature, like a guardian dog of them.
Oh, that's scary. Whew. Glad we kind of don't have that stuff out here. But anyways, so unfortunately, I will say, like, I was not expecting that morning. I was like, oh my gosh. And it was kind of sad because that cat I had seen around, it was a stray. It was a stray cat that was kind of like around in the neighborhood. Apparently, that cat was from our local cat lady, but the local cat lady unfortunately passed away, and so no one wanted to take the cats. So the cats kind of like fled out of the house and just have been around in the neighborhood. But there was a mother cat as well.
Look in Google Invancha to see how it looks, and also wow, the doggo was close. That make me remember a doggo that I know. His name is Lion Rasputin.
I'll look it up in a second. I just want to tell the story. But yeah, I felt really bad for the cat. I'm glad that it wasn't like somebody's cat, but at the same time, it's like, it was just like a young one. I don't have any more water. Posture check. I will untrip myself and give myself a stretch. I actually don't have any more water. So I might have to like go away for a second and get some more water. Yeah, but yeah, it was sad that the cat passed away, but now it's like I'm kind of like sometimes worried for my dog, because we do now have falcons and hawks. And so I like when I went home, I like looked up like if a falcon could like pick up a dog or hurt her. It does seem like a falcon or a hawk could hurt her, but as long as we get to her in time, she can be saved. So, but I do worry about it. We have like we now have like a lot of predator animals around. By the way, just so you guys know, I live in a city. We are very far away from mountains. We can see the mountains, but we're very far away from mountains. So it doesn't make sense to me why they're all here. And we've called animal control several times, telling them, hey, you need to catch these things. They need to be relocated. We're not saying like we want them like, disposed of. We're just saying we want them relocated to where their natural habitat is. And all the time they're like, well, they come down from the mountains. No. They should live in the mountains. That's where their natural habitat is. I'm sorry, but we are not a zoo. Okay? So, I don't mind the squirrels,
The
the rats.
reasons that Doggo have the name Lion Rasputin because it is immortal. He have been run over 3 times, poisoned twice, electrocuted once by biting a cable, lost his tail in fights with other dogs and crashed into a barbed wire fence, and only has a little damage to his back and has the strength to break chains.
What the heck? Damn, your stuff is like literally alive and moving around. Our stuff is just like, well, my grandpappy. We have like very little, like, I would say, like, we have a lot of anecdotal evidence than we have like actual like pictures and stuff. But you're like, the anecdotal evidence that you have is like so immense that it's just like, it feels so real. When an ad break comes up, I'll go and get more water. I know that I have like this coffee thing, but that, you know, it doesn't sustain IRL me, so but let me look this thing up. What is it? I love that you type it in capital, by the way. That's so much easier for me to see with my I have never been tested for dyslexia, but I'm going to be honest. Sometimes I feel like I have it.
And for some reason that dog is loyal to my sister, but the fun time the doggo was jump boo 3 more big dog, my sister heal him, and when he heal him he stab up, and it was direct against the 3 dogs and managed to defeat them.
What? This immortal dog likes your sister? Wow. It's a creature. It's described as a monstrous figure. What the heck? Let me see. Well, this isn't the dog. This is the in Vuche. Oh my goodness. That thing. Ew. Oh my gosh, someone made it like a concept of it. What the heck? I like how there's like so many renditions of this thing. Why?
The reason I know he can break chains is because when my sister comes he follow her I'm secret, and if someone try to hurt her or someone get close to my niece the doggo appear and growl lock in.
Oh. Holy snap. Here, let me see. What was it? Oh. I'm trying to like. What was it? Yeah, this thing looks. Ew. It looks like a humanoid, though. Like a twisted humanoid.
There is also a ghost of Venezuelan creature called the Silban that I like.
A Silban. Yeah. You guys got like a lot of very interesting creatures. L before the B. What is... Oh, apparently there was a movie. Wait, why do I feel like I've seen this thing before?
Yay, the Invunch was a kid that a coven tail make a ritual to become Invunch and act like a guardian dog chewy yay.
Ah, so it's not like an actual dog. It's more like a... Funny enough, apparently there's a clothing brand called Isilban. So it's named after the ghost. Oh, that's so stupid. Yeah. I will say for the most part, like a lot of our ghost stories like around here and like the spooky stories is more of like religious spooky stories. Like, you know, Bloody Mary and stuff like that. That's because I went to when I was a mortal and not a little godling, a little mortal human. Mortal being. I went to a Catholic school. Roman Catholic, so gotta specify. Also, yippee, new pope be cool. I vibe with popes. Yeah, goddess of chaos vibes with pope. Bro, just imagine me contact the Vatican. Hey, I'm like a VTuber that's a deity of chaos. Can I vibe with the Pope for a minute? Hit up the Vatican. Yo, Pope, what's up?
The characteristic of the Silban, when you are alone and you hear a whistle, if you hear it close by, the Silban is far, but if you hear it far, the Silban is close.
Oh my god, I hate whistle monsters. I hate whistle monsters. I hate them so much. So, oh, I hate that idea. I hate that idea. Cause then it gives you the thinking that you're fine because the whistle is so far away. But no, that's when you should be scared. Oh my gosh. Yo, where are the analog horrors that
You
use this
say
kind
that
of
the
stuff?
Pope is Esmeralda 1 in LOL and he is ranked, but he is Palpatine. You have seen the memes.
Why do you think I want to vibe with him, man? There's a reason to my madness. Oh my gosh. This thing looks creepy though. I like that we're kind of talking about like different kind of lore stuff, like stuff like this. Cause again, it's really fun to hear like from different places. Kind of like, you know, what's going on.
He says he likes Doom, and the people say, well, I was defeated by the Pope. He have plus max holy damage.
Oh my gosh. He likes Doom. Oh my gosh, is he gonna play the new Doom that's out? Oh my, I hope he does. Bro, you know what he should do? Okay, hear me out. Pope stream. Like the Pope on Twitch. Think about it. Like I feel like in the next few years we might get a Pope that ends up going on Twitch, honestly. You know what the fun and cool thing, I will say this much about like the Roman Catholic Church. The Roman Catholic Church does not give a...
They did anime being, I believe it.
They did. That's true. I was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised at all with within a few years that they do that. But also the other thing is too, oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought. Damn, this train of thought goes away. But no, just imagine that you can literally stream with the Pope. That would be awesome. But the Roman Catholic Church actually never ever like tries to really push. No, okay. The Roman Catholic Church does not push people to join the Roman Catholic Church. We're just like, hey, if you join us,
I need RPG of summoning all the saints.
Oh my gosh, I feel like there is an RPG for that. It's just like not made right. But yeah, Roman Catholics, they will not like force you to join their stuff. They're not gonna like put it down your throat. They're going to literally just be like, we're gonna vibe here, and if you vibe with us, you can join us. Like literally, that's it. It's literally not that serious. So actually, if you read my lore comic, you might be wondering.
I did play the prohibited game that was a fighting game with Jesus using the cross as bare nickels.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so funny. Actually, that sounds like so funny. That sounds so goated, actually. I think that's really fun. They need to make more games like that. Just have fun. Have fun with your religion. Jeez. You don't need to be such a stickler about it. Have fun with it. An anime that I really think is cool or like really fun too. What was it? It was an anime where Jesus and Buddha both come back to like live in Japan or whatever. They like both come.
In fact, I am trying to find an action figure of Jesus and the cross is a mecha.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. I freaking love that. I'm gonna be honest, that sounds so cool. That really does sound cool. Okay. That sounds really awesome. If you find it and you make it, please post a picture of it in the Discord, okay? I want to see it. That just sounds cool. To me, it sounds really cool. I know there's some people that are like religious sticklers that just look. Not everything has to be strict to the Bible, okay? Like, you can have fun. You only live once, and you're gonna be a stickler.
I know that exists because a meme.
Oh my gosh. Remember, Jesus is a JoJo. Jesus is canonically a JoJo. And Moses parted the seas with a Beyblade. I'm gonna be honest. When I was going to a Catholic school and we saw that, bro, we laughed. We thought it was hilarious. We absolutely loved it. Honestly, I think like Japan like just does really good things, you know, when it comes to like I think like Catholicism and Christianity, because it's like none of it is disrespectful.
Know that the fire of hell is not natural and is one of the archangels, the one that is the primordial flame, the first of all.
Interesting. Yeah, I did not know that. I will say this much. I was practicing Catholic for like some years. But I never like fully read the Bible. I will tell you this much. Most people that believe in the certain religions do not, especially like Christianity and Catholicism, we do not read the Bible. Most of us do not. Some people do. Some do, but not everybody. I know many things. Yeah. And I think that's good. I think it's good. I do think it's good to read it if you are interested in it. I do want to. I tried to, and I got bored.
I am a nihilist. Look in Google what it isn't gonna have sense why Tito is Tito.
I don't know. Let's look. Ah. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And you know what? That's fine. I just find it interesting to like look at different religions. So I know a lot of people would be like, "Oh my gosh, it's art talking about Catholicism again." Look, I was practicing.
In fact, there is a guy that is doing a very well-drawn comic of the Bible.
Really? Oh my gosh, that sounds awesome. Actually, that is goated. Okay, I will admit that. That actually seems pretty goated. I know that I will say this much. Okay? I know that the Pope is going to be cool with it, and the Vatican is going to be absolutely cool with it. All right? Most of the time, Vatican is pretty chill. They're pretty chill. They're really chill. I'm trying to think if I can think of like some fun facts about the Vatican though. I don't think I got any. I don't think I got many fun facts about the Vatican. Yeah, I don't. But I will say this much. If you ever read my comic and you just go in and you're like, oh my gosh, she based like...
Is you like that, I recommend you to try the retro game of Medieval Total War 2-3 is a DLC of the Crusades with a unit of 20 priests with crosses that best the shite out of enemies.
Really? Oh my god, that's hilarious. The Crusades be happening again. I will admit that the Crusades were actually terrible, but like, that's so funny. I did an army of them. Oh my gosh. That sounds hilarious. I love it. See, that's what I mean. It's like, you know, have fun, you know? It doesn't always need to be serious. I think a lot of people take like a lot of things really seriously, and you know, you should have fun. You should have fun doing it, you know? Honestly, I was gonna take this stream like a lot more seriously, and I'm just like, we just vibing.
In fact, my favorite video of YouTube is a guy that did a ranking of all Roman emperors.
Really? Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think of what my favorite video is. I don't think I have like a favorite video at all. I think it's okay to not have like a favorite YouTube video. I mean, okay, I'm trying to think. Okay, you want to know what my favorite videos are? Video essays. Video essays on what? Five Nights at Freddy's. Look, I'm simple-minded. I am a simple-minded being that is obsessed with Five Nights at Freddy's. I was there when Markiplier first played Five Nights at Freddy's. I was there before he became as massive as he was.
One day in a stream we have to check, but I have 2,500 memes of you. One day only want to see memes.
You have how? Why do you have that many memes? Wait, what? I have of you. One day only. I guess I should do a meme review where you guys just give me a bunch of memes and I'll review the memes. maybe one day we'll just do a meme thing. Not a contest, just like looking at memes. That'd be funny. Not like a try not to laugh, just like it would have to be TOS safe though. I would emphasize, make sure it's TOS safe.
A devotee is checking in. To ensure check-in is complete, please give me your credit card.
Hi Matt, welcome in, welcome in.
I was in a hardcore Discord of shitpost. I knew a guy with 12 gigas of our meme there. You were not serious meme guy with less than 2 gigas of memes.
What do you mean someone has 12 gigabytes of memes? Just memes. Well, you know what? My boyfriend has literally, I don't know how much he has, but he downloads and saves like a lot of NSFW art. I don't mind it. I know. He tells me. Sometimes he shares it with me. He's like, I think that you'll like this. I'm not joking either. He has done that. You know, look, we're in a very it's a very consensual relationship. Yeah, but I know that he does that, and I don't care. He can download that kind of stuff. I don't care about it. You made George hat bigger? Yeah. It's the Dimmadome. It's the redeem. If you look in George's redeems where it's all the green ones, it's called George Dimmadome. So you can make George have a big hat. It's supposed to go down soon. I don't know. I don't know how long the thing is, but it's supposed to go down after a while, but it's been a while, so I'm just leaving it. But yeah. George has a little Dimmadome hat. I thought it was Sir George Dimmadome. Yeah, Sir George Dimmadome, owner of the Chaos City Dimmadome. I forget what he says exactly. What does he say exactly? Here, I can look it up really quickly. Because I can see it in channel points. Here we go. Yeah, George Dimmadome. Let me see. He says, I am George Dimmadome, owner of the Chaos Dale Dimmadome. That's what he says. If you want peak comedy, look in you. Shampoo me. Trust me, pure comedy in less than 30 seconds. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That. Oh, and YouTube. Yeah. No, there's plenty of funny memes on YouTube. Yeah, that's true. Shampoo meme. Hold on. I actually have YouTube open. So let me actually go and look up shampoo meme. Here, let me see. Oh my gosh. What is this? Is it the heh shampoo meme? What should... There's a lot of shampoo memes apparently. Is a short with some guys. I think this is it. What the heck? They're just a couple of guys in a truck laughing, and then he just pulls and then he just goes, shampoo. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Well, an ad break is coming up, so it is shampoo. Oh my gosh. Sometimes the best memes are the simplest of memes. But an ad break is coming up in 30 seconds, and I will be right. I will put up the be right back, and go and get some water, because I thirsty. I might be thirsty for monsters, but I'm also thirsty for water. I do drink water. I'm good. I am very good. I drink water. I was gonna say I drink agua frescas, but I was like, wait a minute, that's the wrong thing. If you need peak comedy, game I recommend, Unmetal. Interesting. Well, memes. Ads are gonna start. I will be right back. They're very funny. Okay, I'll check it. I will be right back. So I will be seeing you all in a second. Hello. I hope that everyone enjoyed your ads. As I had said during the ad warning, you will be quizzed. So how many ads did you have? What ads did you have? And where did you get? And what kind of weird ones did you get? Did you get any weird ones? How many weird ones did you get? What would classify weird though? You know, I know that a lot of people don't like ads on Twitch, so I try and like make it something fun and like we can have a little game with it without the Madame Tito drown. No, don't drown in your tears because I'm not here. What ad? Didn't ads play? Tito, did you not get ads? Are you also in the adless gang where you don't get ads? Congratulations. You've joined the adless gang. When I don't see the madam, I put my brain in off mode. Oh my god. Aw. You're too nice, Tito. You're so nice. No. That's how most people should be. You Well, then again, sometimes I just put George on the screen and everyone seems satisfied enough with that. Most people seem pretty satisfied with that. You know what I forgot to do that I need to do? I still haven't put up my live 2D showcase of this model. Because I focus in your wig. My hair is not a wig! My hair is not a wig. No. You know what? I made this emote especially for you guys. When you set everything on fire. Yes, it is based off of the meme of the girl looking back while everything is on fire. Because that's your little chat character. Now, speaking of Unmetal, is a very good comedy game. Okay, let me look this up. Wait. Wait. Why does this kind of look like Metal Gear Solid? You are...
I'm sure it's not that noticeable. Hold!
No! Oh my gosh.
All right.
Real life is just a Metal Gear Solid spin-off that got out of hand. Why is that not wrong? Okay, I will say this much. I don't know anything about Metal Gear Solid. I know only very little of it, but from what people have told me about Metal Gear Solid is that it is literally just real life, but better. And I'm like, what do you mean, but better? Okay. I'm watching it. I'm watching Unmetal. Punch, smack. But better. I mean, come on. Oh my god, he says hasta la vista, baby. Oh my gosh. I like how it says, wait, you can do chemistry? It's like, it's not that hard. You just gotta mix the stuff together in the right ratio. As a person that did do chemistry, yes. Literally, okay, I will tell you this much. Chemistry is really not that hard. You just gotta mix the things in the right ratio. The only thing that you have to make sure of is that you mix them in the right ratio and the right things together, or else you might make mustard gas in your you might accidentally make mustard gas. How do I know this? I almost made mustard gas. Do you want to know how I almost made mustard gas? I almost made mustard gas with my pee because I forgot that I had put bleach in the toilet to clean the toilet the night before, and I was really tired. So I woke up and immediately went to the bathroom to pee. And yeah, I almost made mustard gas. I literally got up off the toilet so quickly, flushed the toilet, and then went pee. Because if you don't know, if you mix bleach and ammonia, which your pee is made out of, it makes mustard gas. So yeah, I almost hurt myself with mustard gas from my own pee. Please do not do that. Please make sure that you remember that you were cleaning your toilet. Whoops. Yeah. I think I've tried to tell that story before, but you guys are all interrupting me one time. But now you know. Now everyone will know that I literally almost made mustard gas in my toilet bowl. I don't need mustard gas. I lose my sense of smell by cleaning septic tank. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's the ultimate non-hero that we... Jesse Fox, the ultimate non-hero we... What the heck? What the... What the heck? Me when you tell the history. Jesse Fox. Wait, there was another trailer where he had a cat joke in it. Oh my gosh. Oh, you know what's so funny? That's on the timeline next. My biggest hyperfixation yet, and it's a Jaden Animations video, and it's her talking about Chikawa. And of you want... I recommend return... did Papers, Please. Oh my gosh. I think I played Papers, Please once. That was kind of fun. I feel like if I do play Papers, Please again, I might just record it. I might just have I might record it of me playing it and then maybe make a YouTube video out of it. I don't think I could.
I'm sure it's not that noticeable.
Yep. Oh, there it goes. I apparently cannot have my hair for very long. Apparently I cannot have my hair very long. You know what? Just for you guys. You know what I'll also do? There. I'll take my crown off so you can see the cranium in all its glory. Oh my gosh. Believe me, a good long stream can be the return of Obra Dinn. What? Who's Obra? I feel like I'm supposed to know what Obra Dinn is, and I don't. Oh my goodness. Man, my YouTube feed is very interesting. I will say, do you want to know what my YouTube feed basically is? Alright, I think sandbox style game. Oh, sandbox style game. I see. My YouTube feed is very interesting. And what it is. Oh no, I know what it is. I remember now. I think it was like I forget what it was called and what it was exactly, but I feel like I know what you're talking about. Oh, I did see. I haven't watched this video, but um the I was like scrolling through my YouTube and then I see by like one person and the title is modern audience rages at VTubers, but again, it's like, you know, it's supposed to be like clickbaity, you know. But usually it has like something to do with the topic.
Return of the Obra Dinn, a game of mystery when you are in the 1800 and never resolve a mystery of a March anti-ship the Obra Dinn and what happened to all the crew.
Oh, I feel like I have heard of that game. I feel like I have heard of it. I think I've seen it, but you know, sometimes there are things that kind of go under the radar a lot of times. You know, there's a lot of stuff that goes under the radar. Oh. You know, there's something I could talk about, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't like talking about drama stuff. One day in reaction stream, we have to check the rank of Roman empires. Appears that only 15 of the 74 were competent. I mean, yeah, that seems pretty on average, honestly. Most leaders are pretty much incompetent. Never heard my dam. Oh my gosh. Also, what is a radar? A radar a radar is a device that's used in order to track things in the air or ground. It's mostly detected through that of like radio waves or like, you know how like airplanes have a black box? Radars can pick up on that black box and then it sends back to the radar. It's just to know where things are in a certain area. It's kind of like sonar, you know, like on a lot of ships you'll see that they have this little thing that is like a little like map grid thing, and there's always like one little and it's like a clock hand always constantly going around, and then you see the little blip. That's what a radar is. Of course, like they've become a lot more advanced since then. So most of the time they don't have like the little clock hand. It's mostly like just a big map that has a little dot on it, and it will have like a number and things like that. Basically, shining GPS of certain frequencies. Yes. At least I know what a radar is. Honestly, I feel like my dad would have awoken from his grave and hit me in the back of the head if I didn't know what a radar was. He was in the military. He was in the army, so like I feel like he would have risen from his grave and would have slapped me in the back of the head if I didn't know. The philosophies we don't use the brain. Oh my gosh, hand to hand combat. I'm like looking through all like my YouTube stuff. Oh my gosh. uh there's so many things that, you know, when it comes to stuff in the world that it's like I could talk about, but I don't really want to talk about much on it. Apparently though, I just saw this. I didn't know. I don't know for certain if this is true, but apparently I need to look it up first. Hmm. I also recommend the underground games of RoboCop and Terminator, made by the same company. Very good ones. Ooh. I didn't know that there was a Terminator game. Bro, there's a Terminator and a RoboCop game. That's my jam. That is my jam. Maybe we might check it out. I'll see. Okay. So, oh my gosh. What? Oh my gosh. Okay. So this was like tweeted out. I don't know if it's true. Um, so take this all with a grain of salt. Like a big grain of salt. Everyone get your salt emote. Be eating your salt. Take this with a grain of salt. Um yeah. Everyone be eating your salt. So I saw tweeted out by Merriweather that apparently, because I did notice this, that the art category had a new so like on Twitch, you know how there's different categories, and sometimes they update what the category looks like, right? And apparently, no, and apparently there are some allegations that it's AI, which is not surprising really, because Twitch did come out. Remember, like during the holidays last year, they made a AI art emote of like a cat with a hat on it, that like a cat with a Christmas hat or something. AI or not, it honestly just looks like a, I'm gonna be honest, yes it does. Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up so you guys can see it. Because as an artist, this doesn't look good. It just doesn't. Because I'll show you the first one, and then the second one. Okay. Let me just save the image so I can kind of like show it to you guys. And then let me show you the original. Yeah. To be fair, madam, many things at recent times don't look good. Yeah, I know. But this one, like, I can understand what they were going for, but as an artist myself, this could have been done a lot better. So I'm gonna show you the first one. So this was the first one. This is the one that has been there for like years. I don't know who did this. I don't remember which artist did this, or if it was a combination of artists. But it was definitely done by an artist. Honestly, I really love it. I think that it's very, very interesting. It's very, very creative. It's very unique, right? You slay fashion, my queen. Thank you. It looks fine, a bit busy, maybe, but it looks like art. Yeah, that's the purpose. That was the purpose. This is the new one. That's the new one. Like, why is there a period here? Why is there a period? Why are you not using... I'm going to be honest.
Art.
Yeah. Why is there a period here? Why, I feel like there could have... Okay, personally, I don't mind, like, the actual idea here. I think they're going for more of a fine art look, which is okay. I think that that's okay.
In the name of Bob Ross, wait fuck is that PowerPoint shit?
Yeah, it kind of does look a little bit like a PowerPoint, doesn't it? It does kind of remind me a little bit of like Bob Ross in a way, like with the painting here. I think it's like, I think like a lot of people can understand that. So I think the execution is not bad. I think the art itself is fine, but then everything gets ruined with that text. Every little thing gets ruined with this text. Why is this text here? It doesn't make sense to me. It just, overall, this looks like there was not really much thought put into the text. Because, again, you can see the first one, you can see that the art, it looks like art is actually handwritten out, right? It looks like it's done with an artistic paintbrush. Like the artist actually chose to write art there. And I think that's why it's giving a little bit of AI vibes with the second one, because why is there a period? There doesn't need to be a period there. And also there's no intent. If I was doing this, and did this way, I would have put like, oh my gosh, this thing keeps...
It's like if you put in the middle of a Renaissance painting the name of the country.
Exactly, that's what it feels like. Again, I don't really mind the idea of it, but I think what would have been cool is if one artist did the frame and then a bunch of different artists did stuff inside of the frame, and then it's surrounding the art, like the text, the art, the text of the art, right? Also just the ugly ass frame. Yeah, I think the other thing is like I don't mind the frame. Actually, I don't mind it. I think because it's like, you know, everybody's art is a work of art, right? I think that's what they're trying to go with. So I don't personally hate the frame. I think the frame is too big. I think the frame is a little too big. I don't think it needs to have like the roundness to it. It could have just been like a border thing, right? It could have been a border. I think that it could have been better as a border, and then have it filled to the brim with a bunch of different artists' art, and like maybe surrounding the word art, right? I think that's my beef with it. A border would be fine, but bulky brass frame is a bit much. Yeah, like maybe like something that was a little less designed, I think would have been better. But if we actually take like a real, let's let's bring this as close as we possibly can, because I want to really look at it. I'm literally looking at it on my other screen right now to kind of see why people think it's AI. We're gonna get really close and comfortable with this. Oh, I can already tell why. Okay, so it's done like a... Yeah, and then just like put the word art. Okay, so you want to know why? Look at... Oh my gosh. Look at the bottom here. See how... Not the frame, not the border of the frame, but see inside of the frame. It's really hard for me to like kind of point this out. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull... I'm gonna use something else to be a pointer. Here, we're gonna use this clown nose. Okay, so see this thing here? And see this thing? These are not the same. See how this is a completely different flower to this side? It's done completely differently. That's why a lot of people are claiming that this is AI. The inside here does not look bad. I feel like this is an actual artistic painting. This feels like a real painting, but the border does not. Because again, look. Why is this touching here? This isn't touching here on this side. If you were actually making this intentional, why is this going all the way down here when it's not over here? That doesn't look like it makes sense. I know how to know if it's AI. Well, I can tell based on differences. Also, I will tell you this much. This has weird warping on it too. Like, why is this warped? Over here, it's straight. It's like very straight. Over here, it's a little warpy. Also, none of this makes sense. This doesn't make sense. It's kind of just a blob of detail, but it doesn't make sense. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Showing the entire thing. Are you like scanning it and then you're going to put it through an AI? I like how it's over my face too. But yeah, like most of this stuff doesn't make sense. Like up here, these things don't make sense here on the sides here. They don't make sense. I think they're meant to be royal chests and winged with the detail inside. Yeah, I think that's what it's supposed to be, but I can't make out what it is. Nope. You're saying that this is not AI? I think it could just be that maybe the person just likes to over detail stuff. And maybe because they like to over detail stuff, it's like it can be read a little bit more as AI. It could be that this is fine. My only thing is right here with this, with like how different these things here are. Because if I was an artist, I wouldn't really do that. These are two separate things. Things that draw in the corners are one in the art was added later. Yep, is AI. Like it feels like this itself is art. I think this is actually art. The inside here is art. But the border just doesn't feel like it's made by the same person. I think that's it. It feels like two different people worked on this, and one person knew how to do landscapes, because if I like blow this one up, this has consistent art throughout all of it. I think one person made this. This one, it looks like two different people did it. I think that's why it looks so drastically different to me. Because one just looks like it. Even with details of a picture frame must be symmetrical. Even if not, artists would have added details to the corners and more color. Yes. There is definitely a lot of color going on. But I think it's like, again, it looks like it's made by two different people. And then the text. This looks so sloppy, like nobody cared. That's what made me immediately go like, yeah, this does look like it's AI, because it looks like nobody cared. So, yeah, a lot of people are already calling for this one to be brought back. Or if you want something like this, hire somebody to do it, you know? And again, it does seem like they did hire an artist, because this art looks like it was done by somebody. The border and frame doesn't, and then they just slapped art on it. That's what it feels like. So, yeah, but you notice the tree and the four corners. Wait, really? Wait, the opacity change? Wait. Really? I'm gonna be honest, it kind of looks like a Bob Ross painting. Wait a minute. Is this a Bob Ross painting? Like a recreation of a Bob Ross painting? If so, that's even scummier. You don't know how many artists like literally look up to Bob Ross. If this is a recreation of a Bob Ross artwork, I mean, if it's a recreation, that's fine. But part of me is starting to wonder if it's an actual Bob Ross painting. I need to look at all Bob Ross paintings now. I feel like I have to go on a deep dive for that. There are more bright color. There are more bright colors in the corner. It's more dark. No, that's correct. Because I can tell. Okay, so let me just tell you. The highlighting is coming from here, right? The light is coming from here in this direction. So this tree actually being light on this side makes sense because the light is coming from this direction. There can be light catching on this side as well. Resolution is low, but it does quite look like an actual Bob Rossi painting for sure. Yeah, that's why I'm saying like it might be a recreation because it looks very Bob Rossi. So yeah, no, I can tell by looking at this that the direction of the lighting is correct. That's why I'm saying it looks like this is a real artwork. Like this is a real artwork because again, the light is coming from here. We can see that on the mountains. So that means that this makes sense with the lighting. And yes, sometimes it can catch on the opposite side here. So this is correct. Yeah, but artists would make it more subtle because it's too abrupt. No, it's not abrupt, especially if it's supposed to be a bright, colorful scene. Go and watch Bob Ross. This is very much Bob Ross. I will say this much. If it looks that good as a Bob Ross painting, there's a possibility that somebody scanned Bob Ross's work and put it into an AI because this is really like if this is AI completely, yeah, that's really good. Like it's fooling me. Like that's scary. So this is a little scary. I refer to the yellow thingy. Oh, you're referring down here. No, yeah, Bob Ross would do that. No, Bob Ross would do that. Yeah, he would have like, you know, these like build up in darkness and then get lighter as it got closer to the viewer because that's actually how things are in nature. And yeah, this is a different color because it might be something different. So it wouldn't be the same color as like, why would you make everything the same color? You should make them like separate colors so you can be able to identify them pretty easily. But yeah, this is like shrubbery and stuff. And because the lighting, again, the lighting is kind of coming down from like here up top. So yes, you are going to be able to see this with the lighting. So again, there is the case of this could be somebody recreating Bob Ross, or it's an actual Bob Ross drawing, and then they hired somebody to make a frame for it, and then just slapped art on it. The forest and the mountain. Wait. I mean, not that. Is a forest, mountain, and frame of the painting of me. Oh, no. This is correct. No. So you're talking about this, right? Like it's so abrupt? No, that's pretty normal. Mountains will always have harsh shadows. Bushes and trees and people sometimes don't really have harsh shadows. So there's a difference between hard shadows and soft shadows. Mountains will always have hard shadows. So this is correct. Again, if you watch Bob Ross streams here on Twitch. You can watch him. She knows. I do know that hard shadows are on people. I know. Humans and most animals and creatures can have hard and soft shadows. Actually, here, let me just like put this stuff aside. Oh, no. I even have a hard shadow on my VTuber model. See how the ear is? That's a hard shadow. See how it's like very abrupt? Because you need to know where that ear is. And I do also have it on my collarbone as well. So you can see my collarbone. But I do have soft shadows basically everywhere else on my body. Let me get a closer look. Yeah. Want to get a closer look on my handsome ear? That's how far I can get. Hold on. Let me move that out of the way. Oh no! Don't delete it. Surprise wet willy. Ew! No! Get away! Get away! No wet willies! No wet willies! Ow! Ew! Disgusting. You're like my dog. My dog gives me wet willies. I'm not even joking. She does. But yeah, personally, I think it's just like, it looks like AI on the border, but I don't know on the inside. But even still, this is bad. This is bad. Because it's like, you're going to take this and replace it with this. Ooh, pizza. Pizza sounds good. Ow! Ow! Oh my goodness, why throw so many things? Oh my goodness. Ow! It's like one last little throw before I go. Yeah, but I still don't like this idea. Like, this stuff is like just so bad. Because again, it's not, you know, AI or handmade, it just looks so bad, especially when we already had a working design. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, I understand updating or changing it, but you want to know why I would do? I would go back to the original artist and say, hey, can you update this? Or let's say like they like somebody's, or what if they just pick a random artist off of Twitch itself that would be more than happy to do something like this? I think that's the other thing, right? Is like, you have a platform full of artists that you can choose from that take commissions that would be more than happy to do it, right? So it does look a little bit bad on Twitch's side. Now, again, even if it's not fully AI, like, just look at the difference. This has so much more intent behind it. This just kind of feels a little lazy. It kind of feels like nobody really cared and just were like, art, what's the first thing you think of when you think of art? A framed painting. And they did that. Like, that just doesn't look good. That just doesn't sit well with me. As a person that does have fine art, that is a collector and pursuer of fine art, like, this is lazy, okay? This is really lazy. But that's my own personal take on it. I think that they should bring back the original. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we don't know what was going on with Twitch's decisions. And at the end of the day, like, you know, I think that a lot of people should have, and as an artist, like, it feels bad to me, you know? Because why are you getting rid of this? A lot of people have been talking on like Reddits and on Twitter and everything. A lot of people just don't like it. It's just not good, right? It doesn't feel like a celebration of art. It just kind of feels like, I think this is what art is supposed to be, right? So it kind of gives those vibes. Man, what temperature is it? It's 82 in here. Oh my gosh. No wonder I feel like I'm getting too hot. I think I gotta go then. When it gets 80, it's very hard for me to be in an in like any room when it's like 80 degrees. But I did want to talk about that because, like, I feel like more people are probably going to talk about it, and it is a very terrible thing. I do think that what Twitch can do to remedy it is to reach out to an artist. It doesn't have to be an artist on Twitch. It can just be a artist, or even the previous artists if they could find the previous artists, and just ask them to update the category, like update it, like how would they redo it, or even just make a completely new one. And that's okay. Or what would be cool is have a bunch of people, a bunch of artists, like put like part of their piece on. Like, personally, to me, this is what I'm thinking. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. If I was redoing the category, I would ask a ton of artists that are on Twitch, just like pick randomly. You can pick like well-known artists, well, I wouldn't say completely randomly, but like you can pick like from art, like at least a group of artists, like a handful of artists, right? And have them put like a little doodle, right? Like a little artistic doodle. Of course, it could be like perfect or something like that, but everybody gets like a little slot area, and then it has to be like a PNG so people can put it on the category, and then it just surrounds the text art. So it basically does the same thing that they were trying to do on that one, but better. Goof around in MS Paint for 10 minutes and call it a day. I mean, yeah, like I feel like, you know, it would be cool to do like a pixel artist, a realistic artist, an environmental artist, like a bunch of different artists, maybe even a 3D artist put in there. And basically, here, you know what? I might actually pull up Clip Studio really quickly and change over to art and just like kind of show you guys my idea really quickly. Let me just like get a... Okay, let me just like switch over really quickly. Let me just... Why is the jail still on in here? What? Okay, I don't know why that was still on. Anyways. Now I gotta double check, make sure it's off everywhere else. But here's my idea. Entrapment, no. But here's my idea. Like, so I'm just gonna put... Hold on. I'm just gonna put... I know. Hold on. We're gonna do that. Right? Just pretend for a minute that it's this, right? So we have like art in the center here, right? And then you would have a bunch of artists. So you would have like a bunch of artists take up different like slot areas. So there'd be like a slot here, there'd be a slot here, there'd be a slot here. Like a bunch of different artists just all putting in their own like little artwork or whatever. And it can't like extend past a certain point. So maybe you might even get like some artists here, right? And they could put like little box slots and say, hey, you have slot 1, you have slot 2, you have slot 3, and you have slot 4, right? And then, you know, you would have somebody put all of them together and it would make a whole like collage, right? I'm doing this with like keyboard and mouse, by the way, so excuse me if I am very bad at... Yeah. And you would have like slot 5, like 6, and it would be like a whole collage, and all of it would be surrounding art, right? And, you know, I think that would be way cooler, right? Because then you have like a bunch of artists. You might not even need to make it this many artists, but you would have a bunch of different artists all working together to make one. And I feel like that's so much of a better representation. And like, you know, you could get traditional artists, you could get like claymation people. Like, I think like everything and anything would be cool, right? So that's kind of like my thinking about how they could probably go about fixing it. This isn't like a one-to-one, like this is how it should be fixed, but this is like an idea to update it, which I think would be very interesting and very unique. Because then it's like you're uplifting a bunch of artists, you're celebrating art in a good and much more, I would say, wholesomer way. And at the end of the day, I think that it would just be fun. It would just be fun. So yeah. But that's my thinking. Again, I don't work at Twitch, but that's like my idea. I'm not really mad. I'm just like more of, why did they do this when they've already had a kind of controversy about AI before? And then you're literally using AI for a category where people constantly keep saying that AI is going to replace all artists. Like, artists already have a problem with AI, and then you're literally using AI to make art for an art category. Like, so I think that's why it stings a lot of people. And you might be like, why are you not mad? It's just because I understand that AI is not going away. I think that there needs to be some ethics, definitely some ideas of ethics and morals put on it. So like regulations and maybe some environmental regulations as well, because it does take a lot of environmental impact. So I think it's just that. I think it's more of that than anything. We need to have more of that kind of discussion. Again, I don't support AI either. I don't support it. I'm just saying that I understand that it's probably not going to go anywhere. Like, you know, it's not disappearing, but we need to have regulations. So that's my take on it. I know it's like definitely a hot take as an artist myself, but again, I hate AI. I hate all the people using like different kinds of things to say like, oh, well, what about like disabled people? What about this? And it's like, look, those are that you're just trying to make excuses. So it's like you're trying to make excuses for yourself to not seem like a bad person. Like most of the time when they're making excuses, it's like you're making an excuse for yourself to not seem like a bad person. So, but again, I think like there's a bunch of ways that they can go about fixing the art category. And that's just like one of my ideas. Again, they could always go back to the original artist and ask for like a revision on it, or, you know, again, hire another artist to do it. There's plenty of artists out there that would be more than happy to do it. I would be more than happy to do it. Like, I'm not saying I would. It's just more, it's like, you know, if Twitch like came up and said like, hey, can you do this? I'd be like, yeah, sure, of course. I just put everything aside and I'd work on it. Like, I'm not gonna bite your hand. I might look like I might, but I'm not gonna bite your hand. I'm not gonna bite it off because of that. So yeah, that's my personal 2 cents about it. I think I've talked about it enough. So yeah. I think for like other categories, it's a lot easier to kind of like have something, because a lot of it is like gaming, right? So the games, you can just like take different like screenshots or like splash art, you know, that people make, and you just have to hope that the splash art they provide you is not AI. But it's like, then that's the company's fault. It's not Twitch's fault. But yeah, it is getting hot. I am kind of getting a little bit tired and dizzy, because sometimes when I'm in a hot room for a really long time, I do get dizzy. The summer is coming. I will be trying to take care of myself. Aw, George got a little head pat. I will be trying to take care of myself. Drinking lots of water. And we might have Fan-kun. If you guys don't know, Fan-kun is a 18 no. Yeah, it's it's not an 18-inch. Well, it's a standing fan that I put in my hallway. The good thing is that when I was first streaming, you could kind of hear Fan-kun in the background. Now you can't hear Fan-kun anymore, but Fan-kun is here, and you will know when Fan-kun is here because I'll say, guys, Fan-kun is here. That's how you know how hot it is in here. We got Fan-kun. I will take a picture of Fan-kun for the people in Discord so you guys can all appreciate Fan-kun. They are my number one fan. They will always be my number one fan. We all love and appreciate Fan-kun because Fan-kun keeps me from dying. Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to find somebody for us to raid, and actually, while I'm finding that, I'm going to snooze ads really quickly because apparently it says that ads are coming up, so I'm going to snooze them before that happens. Also, Kiwa, hello, welcome in. But we are gonna raid out now. So let me see who we can raid. Oh my god, there's someone playing Metal Gear. I'm not even joking. What the heck? That is actually funny. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to like see who else is here. There are a few people that there's actually a few people that I have like seen on Twitter or TikTok and stuff. Oh yeah. Have you guys I need to talk about this really quickly before we raid. I found a person that we can raid. I hope. Apparently from May 19th until May 25th, if you buy 2 subs, you can unlock a mega fan free trial on Crunchyroll. I would advise against it. Only do one. Do 1 sub. Just 1. Here. Oh, these guys are playing. I'm like trying to find people to. I'm trying to find people to raid, and it's really hard because I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Raid, you say? Yes. Let me check my roster. Yeah, I wanna raid like new people. I'm trying to I didn't raid yet on my 2.0 because I just got really tired. I was like really tired. I'm not too tired today, though I am getting a little hot. That's why I'm like, I run very hot. I know I'm hot normally, but like I am always very hot in general. Like my body temperature always runs a little bit hotter. So being in a room that's like 80 degrees is like, ugh. I feel like I need AC blasting in the summer. It is too expensive to blast AC in the summer, so we just have to rely on fans. Actually, you know what? I have my ceiling fan. Why didn't I turn that on? I have my freaking ceiling fan. I am a dumb idiot. Literally, I'm gonna be honest. I am not very bright. Ad warning happening. That's a 5. By the way, the ad warning is a 5-minute warning. I'm trying to look at art and stuff. A lot of people are playing Claris Obscure. I'm not really surprised, honestly. Part of me wants to play it. But nobody, I say it's a good idea to raid into this minute. Shame this new streamer I found isn't online. Oh, a new one. By the way, if you guys want to, you can always send me like new streams, like newer streamers that you think that I would be interested in watching. I will say this much. I am not on Twitch a lot. I might stream on Twitch, but YouTube is my main. Doesn't mean I hate it. She's playing through Omori, the ultimate. I am very liberal. Good game. Oh my gosh. Yeah. The totally we're so cool. We're fine. I think she's in your time zone. I'll send you her deets through Discord. Yes, please. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't actually scrolled down like through actually the homepage for Twitch at all. There's actually a lot of stuff here. Like a lot of stuff. Damn. Maybe I should like look through this stuff more. Here, let me see like what it also is offering me, like for who I should, like what other live channels. There is somebody that I kind of do want to, and I've kind of seen them. They are also an eldritch being. That's why I'm like, you know what the funny thing is? People have been saying like, oh, Art is a new eldritch being, and I'm like, kind of, but no. Am I eldritch? Do I count as eldritch? I didn't think I classified as eldritch. I just never felt I was eldritch enough. You know? Not enough tentacles? Do you have to have tentacles as an eldritch? I mean, I have tentacles on my dress. I have tentacles there. I mean, okay, again, do you need to have them in order to be eldritch? That's my question. I like I'm trying to end stream, but at the same time, I kind of keep wanting to talk. I just kind of talk. Talkies. Because I know other like eldritch people or eldritch beings that don't have tentacles, but they have a lot of eyes. That's the other thing. In all seriousness, I say no. You're definitely eldritch adjacent. Yeah, that's why I call myself Monster Girl. I feel like Monster Girl feels more appropriate. Because I'm not really eldritch, but I'm definitely more have like monster parts, right? You got them claws and teethies, so that fits. Yeah, that's why I went with Monster Girl instead. But everybody just calls me Eldritch, and I'm like, I'm not Eldritch. I don't have the heart to tell Setter to say I'm not Eldritch. I don't have the heart to tell him. But I will say, like, this one person that I'm looking at, I have seen them around. They're pretty fun, and they are eldritch. I would classify them as eldritch. Actually, funny enough, they actually are eldritch god of knowledge. Oh, artist and variety streamer. Yo, it's me, but green. That is how I'm going to describe them now. By the way, I don't think I've ever tested if the raid message works completely. Yeah, it works. Yippee. 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 You know what? This is why we have the yippee emote. This is why we have the yippee emote. Yippee. Because I just say that. I just say it. My brain. My little itty bitty brain. I think they are gonna play like Claire Obscure, but like right now they're just talking. So we're gonna just raid them. You know what? We're gonna just raid them. I don't care. We're just gonna raid. I need to leave. Place getting too hot. Do I have to put at? I don't know. I don't remember. Oh no, I just have to put the channel. Okay. Sometimes I don't remember if I have to put the at or if I have to not. There's because some of these commands I have to do an at, and other times I have to not do an at, you know? But anyways, we're gonna raid this person. They are somebody I have seen around. They're pretty funny. I kind of like them. They are an 18 plus. We are an 18 plus, so that works. 18 plus to 18 plus. We're gonna fit nice and smoothly. Catch you next time. Yeah. If you guys want to grab the raid message, you can. Just scroll up a little bit and it should be there. But I'm gonna just like redo the raid. Just grab the raid message when you can. I will be seeing you all on Thursday. What am I doing on Thursday? I don't even remember. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even remember. You know what? I think it's easier to go on to Discord and just check. Huh? Okay. Let me see. Oh, there they go. They're off. No, I'm in an ad. Well, I guess we'll end it off here. I didn't even think about it, but I don't know what we're doing, but we're doing stuff. So bye.